Hello and welcome in this course. In this course, you're going to learn how you can utilize the combination of voiceover AI, ChatGPT, in order to create a faceless YouTube channel and to make it successful from our own experience. And basically, we have tried this ourselves. This what we're teaching you, and it led us to get 450,000 views and about 500 subscribers for one of the channels that we have created. It's a faceless channel, and that was only in 3 weeks. You can imagine that this can actually be scaled, and we're going to teach you the ins and outs. We're experts in the topic of creating these faceless AI YouTube channels, as well as the inner workings and the technicality. We're going to take all of that away from you. ChatGPT is going to be a big thing here for us. Another software is Leonardo AI that generates images and turns them into videos. And also we would like to introduce you to VoiceOver AI through 11 Labs, which can basically help you out to add voices as well as putting everything all together in one video using CapCut and setting up your YouTube channel by creating the proper banner for your channel and so on and so forth. Now, hopefully, you are going to enjoy this particular course here. There's a lot for you to learn. Stay tuned, prepare your cup of coffee, and then make sure you concentrate for the next minutes because there's a lot for you to learn in this particular course. Also, I'd like to make a presentation quick about myself. My name is Ruwan Hamza. I'm a internet marketer and entrepreneur and AI and ChatGPT expert. And I've been doing this for 6+ years, as well as I have over 80+ courses worldwide with over 190,000 students as a community on my email list of students worldwide from all across the world. And I hope that I can be to the level and to the expectations and up to the expectations. And I want you to go nowhere because this is really interesting. So stay tuned and make sure you complete the course till the end to get your certification, and I'll see you inside. Hello there. Welcome into the AI Faceless YouTube channel automation course using ChatGPT, VoiceOver AI, and Leonardo AI. Let's tune in to the course for a second here so that we can set up your expectations the right way. The first thing that we're going to get started with is AI Faceless podcasts. Now, what exactly are AI Faceless podcasts? AI Faceless podcasts are actually doing a lot of success nowadays. And here we have an example of this particular channel called Rogan Shorts, which has over 767,000 subscribers with over 1,700 videos published. That's quite a lot of subscribers, if you ask me. And how do they do it without having any copyright issues? That's a challenge, but nonetheless, we can figure that out together. Now, notice that this channel has over, I could say, 1,163,000,000 views on the entire channel for it to have that amount of subscribers, which is quite a lot of subscribers. And here we have this other channel. Now, this one is simpler. This one only has 70 videos. That's it. Only 70 videos. But they have over 155,000 subscribers. Okay. And we can keep going on and on and on. Here we have this channel. It's about the UFC. And you can see that right there, they did a very good job at branding the channel by using the Conor McGregor picture and some UFC videos, and they have about 69,000 subscribers on that particular channel. Proof of concept, we have the proof of concept for you because this channel here, basically in just 4 days after starting it, got us 36,000 views. Plus, at the moment, we have about 500 subscribers and 450,000 views. We have not done a lot of hard work on the channel, only about 80 videos, which only takes us about 10 minutes to 20 minutes maximum to get each video done. Now, let's get started because we need to introduce you to what you're going to need in this particular course so that you can also go ahead and do similar things to us. First thing is first is I would like you to install this extension called ChatGPT for YouTube. It's on the Chrome Web Store. Let me repeat it again. ChatGPT for YouTube. It's on the Chrome Web Store. Do not install a suspicious extension from any other suspicious website. Do not be so trusting when it comes to extensions. This extension is going to be important to us, but there's an alternative just in case you don't have this extension, and this is VoxScript. It's a GPT that exists inside of the GPT store of ChatGPT, okay? And that is also an extension that we can, or not extension, but that is what we can use. So here, what is the goal? What are we gonna do? How can we create these faceless channels? Well, first of all, we're going to utilize ChatGPT for YouTube extension to transcribe the video or a specific video, all right? Then from that video, we're going to pick highlights, top moments during that video, and ChatGPT is going to help us figure out the top moments of that video, and I'm going to show you how. Remember, this is podcast, right? Or podcast channels, podcast-related channels. We can repurpose podcasts, all right? Now, in case you want to do something else, that's entirely different, but we're talking here about podcast-related YouTube channels. Now, the next step would be to record that particular hot moment of that podcast using a software like Camtasia. You can use OBS. There's a lot of software. Just search for OBS Studio. It's a free software that can record screen and audio. Camtasia as well can record screen and audio. And basically, you can take a recording of a video and basically get the top moments given to you by ChatGPT. Of course, this is all me explaining the framework and how it works, because I'm going to go through this step by step with you. So just relax. Now, once we get the audio and screen, we'll take that to CapCut. The reason why is because you can't just use that scene exactly as it is without having major copyright issues and risking getting your channel striked. You can use a specific part of that video as long as you modify and edit it heavily by adding sound effects, by also adding imagery, by adding stock video, and by making sure that you make it variety, that you don't take it as is and just simply add captions to it like so many people are actually telling you to do, which is very wrong. It's actually wrong and will definitely get you a strike with YouTube. And it's not actually worth it if you create a YouTube channel and then you're happy about it and then you create 100 videos only to receive a strike on the 100th day saying that you cannot post and you have a strike for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days. You don't want to hear that. So you need to make sure that when you are using something that you know the laws of fair use. We call it fair use. Now, once we edit the video inside of CapCut, it can be uploaded onto YouTube as well as onto TikTok. Now, those are two platforms. You can also upload the video to Instagram Reels and Facebook Shorts. Facebook Shorts. Basically, it's multi-platform related, so you can publish it on many platforms, which means that you're going to make the most of this. So this is not only YouTube, but you can actually also publish it on these other major platforms, which is incredibly important. Now, let's get started by downloading the ChatGPT for YouTube extension. I'm going to show you how it works, how you can take a video and take the top moments from that particular video. Hello and welcome. In this lecture, I'm going to explain to you how you can utilize the extension that we have explained in detail. So let's get right into it. First of all, I'd like you to search for ChatGPT for YouTube on Google. Once you've actually searched for that, there's this extension. It's called ChatGPT for YouTube, Chrome, and Web Store. And there's this other extension called YouTube Summary with ChatGPT and Claude. Um, this one is actually even better, and pretty much you can install this one instead of the other one. It's pretty much better because it enables you to use Claude as well as ChatGPT and others. I'm actually going to enable it because it's already installed for me. And once I've done so, I would like you to go and pick a video, a random video. I have picked a video regarding finance, or let's just say, for instance, we're trying to create a finance YouTube channel. So I picked this video by Patrick Bet David. I don't know if you know this person, but he's a influencer in the field of, he talks about money. He also owns a podcast. Very knowledgeable person. And here inside of this video, he explains about inflation. Now, I want to take some cuts of this video so that we can use them to explain inflation, okay? But I don't know. I didn't watch the video, and I don't want to watch the video. I want to use the Claude extension that would enable me to basically transcribe this video instead of having to basically read it or watch it or do the hard work. Now, inside of the video, because of the shorts, ChatGPT have enabled these curves that you see right here, which basically tells you the moments that are most replayed by people inside of the video. That is also a strategy that you can do. But sometimes these moments that are most replayed are not always going to be the most viral ones, okay? So you have to put that in your mind. That is why here, I use this extension that shows pretty easily around here. And you can basically, if I were to just, copy the transcript, it says no transcription available. Okay, no problem. So in this case, it seems that the transcription is not available with the extension that I have chosen, which means I'm going to have to go ahead and just remove it from Chrome for a second. And I'm going to go with the other extension instead. Let me show you the reason why. Is because sometimes this extension doesn't work, so the other works. So go ahead and search for ChatGPT for YouTube again, one more time. And go to this one, ChatGPT for YouTube, always in the Chrome store. Do not go to any other place. And it's on your own responsibility if you want to use these extensions or not, because you don't have to use them if you don't want to. Now, I'm going to click Add to Chrome, Add Extension. And I want to use this one instead because this one pretty much always generates this transcript for us. So let's go ahead and check this out. And now that the extension is active, I just want to go ahead and take you here. Now, if I refresh the page, it's going to generally show again right here at the bottom right-hand side corner of the screen. And I can use that to transcribe the entire video. So let's get right into it. All right, so the ChatGPT for YouTube extension is definitely working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click to pause the video for a second. And then here, as you can see, the extension is loading, which means that it is transcribing the video, right? You can always click right here to make it, a bit faster, if you will. I see that it's taking way too much time to load. So what I'm going to do is, this can actually happen from time to time. I'm going to go pick another video, I'm going to pick another video and let's see. Right now it works fast. So you can see clearly that for some videos, it could be actually a little bit difficult, especially for a little bit older videos. But as you can see, this is the video. So in this video also, I'm going to try to find out some hot moments. So let me go ahead and click right here. And this enables me to see the entire transcript of the video. So I would like you to copy this transcript. Then what I want you to do is to go to chatgpt.com, right? This is the new website, the new link. And over there, click here at the top right-hand side here at this button to start a conversation. Keep the ChatGPT 4.0 if you have it, just keep it. And then here, I would like you to do the following thing. So I'd like you to say, it's a very simple prompt. I want you to point out exactly the most heated moment during this video by specifying when it starts to when it finishes according to the following transcript. And I'm going to paste in the transcript. Now, the transcript basically has these timestamps, and they tell precisely when every moment starts, the finishing of every moment. And what I want to do based on that, I want it to tell me precisely when the most heated moment starts and when it finishes. Now, it says that 0 or 34, the 34th second, and it ends around the minute number 2. So here you need to go back and then go to this moment, which it says this 0 or 34 seconds of the video, which is precisely right here. And this is basically the moment that it gets a bit heated and it gets interesting. Okay. And so at this moment, you can take a screen recording of about 1 minute of the podcast, and you can use softwares, a software like Camtasia. So Camtasia can take a recording. Camtasia. This is a software that I personally use for recording my courses. It's Camtasia. You can also use this software called OBS. You can use other software. There's a lot of software. The idea is to take a screen recording, right? A screen recording of this video. You don't need to go full screen. Just take a recording of this little chunk, and make sure you take that screen recording from the moment he starts at 34th second to maximum 1 minute 34, or you can take it up to minute 2 and something, and make sure that you cut, because for YouTube Shorts, you need the videos to be about less than 1 minute. So they need to be less than 60 seconds to be precise. So you got to put that into consideration when you're taking the recording. So you need to take a recording of him talking as well as the sound, what he's saying, right? So, and you can do that. You can find a lot of tutorials about how to use these softwares to record. It's basically very simple. You just click start a recording. You select the area that you want to record. You activate the sound. You take the recording. You convert it in MP4 format. And I would leave you with this task right now. I want you to go ahead and take this screen recording of that scene and to turn it into MP4. That's your challenge, because that's going to be important for us to create a video. And then I'll walk you through how we can utilize CapCut to actually make the video very interesting, right? We're going to do some extensive editing on it, also to avoid copyright, and also to add captions, sound effects, some music. And it's going to be fun, right? So I want you to go ahead, do this task. This is your assignment. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we're going to go ahead and utilize CapCut to edit this particular video and to transform it into a much better video. So let's get right into it. So here, first of all, go to google.com. Make sure that you search for CapCut. And here, CapCut.com's website is going to appear. Trust nothing else. Even these sponsored ads, just stay away from them. And also, certainly do not trust any of these other websites here, like this SoftSonic or these other websites. Don't trust any one of those, simply because of the fact that a lot of people, they have downloaded CapCut from the wrong link, and they ended up getting a ransomware installed on their computer. So you don't want to have a problem such as that. Make sure that you only download it from CapCut.com, the official website created by the company that developed TikTok, right? So the CapCut app was basically developed by ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok, right? And you have to realize that. And there are some countries that are not allowed to use CapCut. That's why a lot of people, they try to download it from other places, but please do not do that, right? Now here, CapCut.com, and here you have this link, download CapCut desktop. If you click, it will take you here to this website in which you can actually download for free. You can download CapCut for free. All you need to do is to click this particular green button right here, and you will be able to download the software for free. Now, personally, I already have downloaded CapCut, so I can just go ahead and open it up from my computer like so. And I would recommend that you do the same thing as well. So go ahead and make sure you open up CapCut on your computer right now, once you download it, of course. And once you download it, I want you to follow every single thing that I'm going to do when editing this video. This takes dedication. It takes, I would say, very much dexterity, and I would like for you to follow every step, because for beginners, if you've never used the software, it might be complex, but with my guidance and with following every step that I do, it's going to be very easy for you, right? Because there's a framework of editing short videos with CapCut, and when you follow it, you will be in a good place. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so CapCut right now is working. What I would need you to do is to click on Create Project, in which case it's going to open up CapCut for you, and I want you to follow these steps. So first thing is first, I'm going to go and take the video that I would use, which is the PBD extract from the PBD podcast, talking about inflation. And this video, we're going to use it right now, right? So I want you to go ahead and make sure that you simply drag this video from your computer just like this. Slowly drag it here, and this will open up, and then you can place it immediately here onto the frame, right? And we can get started editing this right away. Okay, you can see the video over here right away with the sound and everything. Now, before we dive into editing this video, first of all, you have to know the format of the video that you are creating. So in this particular instance, we are creating a YouTube short, Instagram reel, Facebook short, and TikTok video format. That video format is 9 inches wide by 16 inches high. The opposite of that is this particular frame that we're watching right now, which is 16 by 9. Which that is the regular YouTube video size. So we want to switch this. If you want to switch it, follow carefully. Click right here on this ratio button. Click, and this will give you access to change this to 9 by 16, in which case you will notice automatically it's going to change to that. Because this is a podcast, let me show you one thing you can do, okay? Follow carefully as well. You can actually take this video and scale the video, just like that. Scale, 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 until you can see no more black background. And then we can actually position this video by just simply moving it by using our mouse to the center to focus a little bit on Patrick. And then there's Patrick talking, right? These are moments of him talking. We're going to get to those later. But as of now, I can read this video to you so that you can see what this video is all about. So I'm going to play the video. If you want to play all the video, we can go full screen. So I can click here. There's a lot of editing that we need to do on the video, so brace yourselves. Normally, this would take me about 10 minutes if I do it without explaining. But seeing as I'm explaining, it might take more than that because I'm explaining how the process works to you. So here, if I click on this button, this is going to start the video. Let's watch it.
When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen? Okay, how did inflation happen? Yesterday, Dinkin sends me a picture saying, hey, should I call you Nostradamus or whatever? Because, and shout out to Dinkin, by the way, he sends me this picture and he says, gas prices in Nevada. Okay, did you see that picture or no? Yeah. Did you see what the numbers were? Tyler, I'm going to try to send this to you. Which Mac you want me to send it to? VT MacBook Pro? Okay, so see if you have it to show this, okay? Tell me if it's coming to you or no. It should come right now. You got it? Take a look at this, okay? This is gas prices in Nevada. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, this is 2 days ago. $8.25 for
Look at
regular.
the price of diesel, man.
$8.25, $8.49, $8.73, $8.90. Okay, so do you know when I watch this what I say? It's okay. I'm not affected by it. Me. Yeah. But you know when I look at this what I say? Who the hell can afford to pay $8.25? Hey, son, can you come visit me? Haven't seen you for 2 weeks. Mom, you're 18.
Okay, now we have the video. It's done. So now let's get to the editing part. First of all, I would like you to move this cursor. You can play around with it however you wish. Move it slightly here at the beginning. Then I would like you to right click with your mouse on the video and make sure you click extract audio from the video, which is going to extract the audio from the video and is going to place it right here. The rule of thumb of how it works inside of CapCut is audios are below the cover. This is the cover. You can see it here. It's written just here. and audio is below the cover. And here, at any point in time, you can add another video on top of this very video. And the video that's on top is the video that we will see, right? We can do a quick demonstration about this right now. So for instance, this is the video. I can put the same video twice, right? And you can see if I move this slightly over here, if I move my cursor, it's going to show us the same video over, but this video is on top of the first video. Get it? So you have to play with this rule, one below, one on top. The one on top is the one that has the priority. And so if I put another third video on top, that one is going to have the priority if we play from that moment. And of course, at any point in time, you can actually click here to mute the track. But this track obviously doesn't have any audio because we extracted the audio from it below. And so if you want to mute this audio, you can just click right here to mute. And you can also lock it, which means it will not be able to move any longer. And you can unlock it, which means you can move it however you wish. If you moved it and you think that you've made a mistake, you can always click here to go back to undo. And pretty much there's a lot of things that we're going to see in due time while editing so that you can get the best out of this particular video. You're going to get a crash course regarding CapCut in a couple of minutes. So now, let's go ahead and get started. So the moment he starts talking, you have to start listening. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to play the first couple of seconds because those are the most important seconds to hook the people to the video. I would recommend that you zoom in a little bit so that we can expand the view. And let's listen.
When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen?
Okay. People ask the question, how did inflation happen?
When people ask the question, they say...
All right. People ask the question, how did inflation happen? So the moment he said, when people ask the question, what I'm going to do, I kept the cursor right there. I stopped at that moment. And what I'm going to do, I want you to do the following. I want you to click on this magnet, turn it off. Because if you keep it on, when you split this video, if you move this aside, you can see it doesn't snap back. But if I activate this magnet, notice what's going to happen. The video snaps back. So you want to deactivate it, and I'll show you why, because we just want to have the freedom with the video for now. Because if I move this, now if I turn the magnet on, and if I move this to the top, what's going to happen is that the other video is going to take its place. It's going to snap back. And I don't want that. So I want this to be off for a moment. I don't need this feature now, but if we need it, we can use it. At that moment, he says people asking questions. You can go to google.com. There's a website called Pixabay where you can actually get free videos. They're called stock videos. So I'm going to actually go ahead and say people ask questions, video, Pixabay. And we can search for some copyright-free videos on Pixabay that we can use copyright-free. So I'm going to click on the first link that pops up. And we have a couple of videos here that we can utilize copyright-free. So for instance, here we have a couple of very interesting videos. You can pick any one of them that you like. For me, I already saw one that I liked, which is the first one right here. This one is pretty good. So if you want to use this video, just click on that particular video, and then I want you to go ahead and just download. So I'm going to download this video, right, like this. You can give a shout out to the author of the video by following them or by giving them a like or a tip, but you don't have to because this is free. Once you have downloaded that video, go back into CapCut, and then here there's this button called Import in the Import section here. Click on the plus Import button, and I would like you to go to your downloads right about here, and then click on the video that we have just downloaded. Double click, it will add up to this area. Now I just want to use just a part of that video. I don't want to use the video in its entirety. I want to use a part of it, and I want it to be on top of this one, right? I want that video to be on top of this one. So I'm going to drag this slowly. This is 10 seconds, mind you. And if it has a sound, we have to deactivate it. So we can actually do it like this, but I prefer to right click extract any audio if it has any audio. In this case, it doesn't really have any, but let's just extract it. And then I would like you to and make sure to remove it by clicking on that audio and clicking enter. Then click on the video here, click on the speed option. I want to make this video faster, right? So I want to double the speed of that video. You can see it will shrink in size. And then what I would like you to do is to click on that particular video, click on the split button. And this part here, we don't need it for now. Just remove it by clicking on enter. And then you can move the cursor back. And you can see that right now we have this video, but we want to make sure that we expand that video a bit bigger. And because we have extracted the sound from the PBD interview, you can see that it doesn't bother us if we can actually just crop a little bit more, right, from the video, crop a bit more to fit. And you can see that when it fits, you will notice that there's that line over here that shows up. And then what we can do now, we can take this video away that's at the bottom by just, let me do it again. Let's go back. Just click enter. And because we don't have the magnet, that's pretty good because I can just now move this right here into this frame, and that's quite cool. So now I want to introduce you to transitions. If you click on transitions right here, you can add transitions to this video. Let me show you how. Transitions basically make it look better, transitioning from a sequence to another or from B-roll to another. We're not going to do anything very exaggerated. I'm just going to go ahead to some blur transitions. And I'd just like to use a simple transition such as this one, drag it in between. And now if we watch this video, notice it's going to look a bit different. So let's watch. Let's go full screen. Let's watch the first couple of seconds.
When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen? Okay. How did inflation?
So pretty much you can see that's how it is now. Now let's keep listening. Let's keep listening to the video.
Say, how did inflation happen? Okay.
How did inflation happen? So now I'm going to cut this part as well from this moment when he says, how did inflation happen? I think that transition, I added it prematurely so I can zoom in. And I can pretty much erase a transition by clicking on it and click enter to erase it. And now I have another piece of video, B-roll. Here it talks about inflation. So let's go back into Google and let's search for inflation. Okay, so here, inflation video Pixabay. Inflation video Pixabay. So I'm going to click right here, 17 plus free inflation videos. And we have a bunch of inflation videos. And we need to put some inflation videos related to inflation. Okay, so here we have a bunch of videos. Pick one that you think is related to the topic. Now, obviously, there are ones that are premium, but you can simply just use the free versions. And for me, I'm going to go with this one right here. So I'm going to click on this one. And because it's free, I can just go ahead and hit the download button right about here and then download it. Okay. Once that's said and done, I would go back into CapCut and I would put the cursor right here at the beginning of that part that I cut. I would like you to click on the import button right here and then go and click on the plus icon import and then make sure that you go ahead and click that video that we have just downloaded. Okay. Once that's said and done, I would like you to drag that part of that video. Make sure, again, to extract the audio if there is any audio. It happens that there is no audio in this video, so there is nothing to extract. And I would like you to click on this video, go to the speed, and speed it up 3 times. Actually, 3 times is a lot, so let's speed it up just maybe 2.5. And here, this is our video, and this is the new video. So generally speaking, we have to match them in size, and you can see now they match. When I move this, you can always crop your video like this at will. And when I crop it just like this, you can see it fits with the other video. So now I can remove the other video, drag this one back, and make sure to fill the entire screen with this video that we have just added. Okay? And now let's keep listening from this moment.
Okay. How did inflation happen? Yes.
Okay, how did inflation happen?
Dinkin sends me a picture saying, hey.
Okay, at this moment, I'm going to cut. And for this chunk of video, I'm going to keep the face of Patrick Bet-David because we're allowed to actually show his face for a little bit, as long as we don't show him for the entire video. You can show him for the entire video. It's just that you're risking copyright strike. So, but when you're using scenes and when you're just showing his face from time to time, there's no problem with that. So now let's listen up to the other part.
Should I call you Nostradamus or whatever? Because, and shout out.
Right, Nostradamus. So here, let's go ahead and cut this part. Let's go back here. So he received the call, which means that we have to go and look for a video about call or phone call because he got called. So basically, we need to find a scene where someone is phone calling someone, basically. So let's go ahead and check this out. This one is pretty good. So I'm going to click. It represents the scene very well. And I would like you to go ahead and download this one. So let's download it like this. Once that's said and done, I would like to go back into CapCut. Start at the very beginning of this scene right here. Let me click on the import option. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to import that video. I think I didn't download it quite well. Let me go back and do it again. It was not downloaded. So I believe right now it was downloaded. And at the risk of making this video 40-minute video, I'm going to do this in 2 parts. But let's just continue with this before we move on to the next one. So now I'm going to drag this scene right here where allegedly he gets a phone call. And I'm going to click with my cursor right here at the end of that scene. Click on the scene that I imported. Cut it with the split. And basically remove the excess. Also remove this scene here and replace it with the scene that represents the audio. And move my cursor back, and you can see this is the scene I'm talking about. And I can zoom a little bit more to show the person. And if we watch the first parts that we have edited, let's watch them.
When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen? Okay, how did inflation happen? Yesterday, Dinkin sends me a picture saying, hey, should I call you Nostradamus or whatever? Because, and shout out to Dinkin, by the way, he sends me this picture and he says,
So now we're going to have to wrap up with this video and move to the second one. There's going to be a second video coming. So I'll see you in that video, and wishing you the best as always. Passive Income Gen Z, signing out. Hello there and welcome back. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to complete editing our video by picking up from where we left off. So I'm going to keep listening to cues in the video.
To Dinkin, by the way, he sends me this picture and he says,
right, he sends me this picture. So at this moment, he says he sends me this.
To Dinkin, by the way, he sends me this picture and he says,
okay, so at this moment, I'm going to cut it. Now, let's try to go a bit faster. I'm going to put the cursor at the beginning of this scene. I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to look for, let's just say, send message video, because the moment he's talking, he's basically talking about his friend sending him a message. So a message video, or a picture, actually. So we need to go ahead and find out a video that relates to that. So pretty much here we have this particular video. This one looks pretty good. So I will go and I'll just simply download this very short video like this. And we're going to use this video in our CapCut video. So once the video is downloaded, I would like you to go back to CapCut and then click on the import button right about here. And you've guessed it, we just have to go to our downloads because the new video is right there. And basically, I'm going to have to drag this video right about here. And I can just go ahead and click. First of all, let me speed it up a little. And then I can crop the extra part to fit. And I can remove this part and put this video in. Now notice it was not put in perfectly because it was not cut perfectly. So I can cut it a little bit more, place it here. And then it leaves this hole, which we can fill like this. And we can keep listening.
Gas prices in Nevada. Okay. Did you see that picture?
All right. Gas prices. Okay. So I'm going to cut from this part. I'm going to come here at the beginning, and I'm going to go ahead here and look for gas. A video around the topic of gas. Gas. Right? Free gas 4K HD stock videos. These are all free. And they're related to the topic of gas so that we can give people the allure that, you know, this is about gas, right? So, well, this is not perfectly the gas that we're trying to talk about, but let's go back here. Let's look for example, for gas factory video instead of the gas that we found, which I didn't like that. So let's scroll down here in these videos. We can find some free video. Oh, this is the only one that we could find for free. So I can use this. This is pretty good. It's basically a motor. So motor works on gas, and that's also pretty representative of the scene that we are creating. So I'll just download that one right there. Head right back in here, and then I'm going to click on the import button, like so. And I'm going to head right back into the downloads, double click so that we can paste this in. And then basically, I'm going to drag this right over here. I don't need to make it faster than it is. I just have to crop apart. So I'm going to move my cursor right about here. And then I'm going to click on the video that I've added, make sure that I crop, remove the excess, remove this part, and then drag this over here. There you go. Now, let us go ahead and click, increase the size of this particular video, make sure to fill everything, and then listen.
Okay. Did you see that picture or no? Yeah. Did you see what the numbers were? Tyler, I'm going to try to send this to you.
Okay, so at this moment, he talks about prices and stuff, so let's keep listening.
Which Mac you want me to send it to? VT MacBook Pro? Okay. So see if you have it to show this.
Okay, so the moment he talks about prices, right? So gas prices. Let's listen back.
Sure or no? Yeah. Did you see what the numbers were? Tyler, I'm going to try to send this to you. Which Mac you want me to send it to?
Okay, so at this moment, I'm going to cut. And I would like to show a stock video that basically showcases the price increase or prices increasing. So I'm going to go back to Google and search for price increase video Pixabay. Okay. Then I'm going to click on that particular video, and then let's choose a video where it shows the prices increasing. Okay. Because that's what the video is all about. And they're increasing, but they're negative. So it's a negative increase for us. Positive increase for the people that own these factories because they get to make more money. So if I click right here, you can see this is a pretty good video that we can utilize. Let me go ahead and download this right like this. And we're going to simply use that in our design. So let's get right back here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the import option right here. And I would like for you to go ahead and add this video right here. So I'm going to drag this video right about here. And we can go to the speed option, increase the speed of it. Well, not this one. I'm sorry. It's let me go back by clicking the go back button. It's this one. This one is the one that I need to increase speed for. And I can move my cursor at the end of the scene and then crop by clicking on this cut button, remove the excess, remove this scene, drag the new scene instead of the old scene, and make sure that I increase the size of this until it fills. And so right now, let's go and listen up carefully to the video. All right, let's keep listening.
VT MacBook Pro? Okay. So see if you have it to show this. Okay. Tell me if it's coming to you or no. It should come right now. You got it? Take a
Okay. So here, he's going to show his screen. Let's focus.
Okay. This is gas prices in Nevada.
Okay. So at this moment, the moment he shows this part, I got to be a bit careful. I need to zoom in. And then basically the moment this starts, the more you zoom in, the more you see these little frames. And that was going to help you make up when the scene starts. I'm going to cut right at this moment. And what I'm going to do simply, I'm going to move it slightly here. Because when he's going to start showing the video, you'll notice that he's going to zoom in.
Okay, this is 2 days ago. $8.25 for regular diesel.
We need to be able to still see the prices of gas.
$8.25.
Right. And at the moment he basically starts talking, when he's basically surprised, we need to add what we call an SFX sound effect. So let's listen again. Right, let's actually, first of all here, when he zooms in.
Nevada, zoom in a little.
Right, zoom in. So the moment he says zoom in, I would like you to go here to basically what we call this is, we call them SFX sound effects. And if you click on audio, you'll find some audios and you can search for audios, or you can use Pixabay to download an audio of a zoom effect. But here, if you search on the audio here, if you click audio, search for zoom, or camera zoom, there's a sound effect that goes with the zoom. If I click on the sound effects here in this section, and if I go and search for camera zoom sound, this will show us, or will basically offer us, a couple of camera zooms that we can utilize. We can also use a special effect with the zoom. But first of all, let's find this. This is a camera focus sound. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to this one as well. Well, actually, let's use this one instead. So the moment he zooms in, I would like you to drag this audio right about here. It's going to move slightly to the bottom because audios are below the cover. And if you zoom in, we can actually crop the first part where there is no sound because that's empty. There is no sound waves. And now if we listen up right now, it's going to be different. Listen up.
Zoom in a little bit more.
Okay, so that's a zoom. Now let's go ahead and add a effect with the zoom to actually showcase that he's basically zooming. So if you go to effects and if you search for a zoom or a camera effect, you'll find it. But I would like to go right here, search for lenses. There's a couple of lenses here that we can utilize. And I think I can use something interesting. Well, actually, I'm going to click the TV ones instead. And here we have a lot of these camera types. I'm just going to use this one, drag it right here, drag the effect right about here. And it's showing it like a camera, right? So, and that's pretty fun. But I don't want you to do that for a long time. So just put it for a little bit right after the sound completes, because this also needs to be decreased because the sound, if I zoom a little bit, the sound ends here. So you can see the waves. The sound of the camera zoom focus ends here. And now notice that we've added this beautiful effect.
Zoom in a little bit more. Okay,
and you can see that looks pretty cool, right? So now let's keep listening.
Okay, this is 2 days ago.
The moment he says 2000, he's surprised. We can go to Pixabay and we can find some interesting sound effects like a boom sound effect, which is going to work perfectly for this application. So I would like you to search for boom SFX sound Pixabay. Free, copyright free. So here, let's click on the first option that shows up. Let's actually listen to this first one. This one is pretty good. So I'm going to download that sound effect and I'm going to go right back into our CapCut video. And I would like you to click on the import option. I'm going to click import again. I would like to go to the downloads option, click on the large underwater effect and simply drag it right about there. Then if I can zoom in a little bit, you can see that we've added the sound effect, except for I need to make sure that I crop the unnecessary parts and then place the sound effect right here. Also, what I want you to do, you can control the sound by moving this up and down, or you can use this on the right-hand side to lower the sound volume. And if you listen to this now,
25 for the price of diesel, man.
And you can see that the sound effect matches pretty well, right?
825, 840.
And we don't need to keep that part right here. All right. So now let's keep listening.
873, 890. Okay. So do you know when I watch this, what I say? It's okay. I'm not affected.
Okay. Let's listen.
By me. Yeah. But you know when I look at this, what I say? Who the hell can afford to
Okay.
pay 8?
Pay. At the moment he says pay, we can go ahead to stickers. Here there's some stickers that you can use. And of course you can go to more and more details. I'm going to take a sticker right about here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that sticker. So let's go and take a sticker from here. Wait a second. Look for the topic of money, or look for money stickers, and we shall find some stickers that we can use. So here we have a lot of stickers. Now I'm going to utilize this one right here, and I'm going to put it right about here. And as you can see, it shows up right there on the camera. And with this sticker, we need a sound effect to go along with it. Okay, but first of all, let's put it here. Also, let's put it down, and you can click on the animation side right about there. And here I'm going to add an animation, which is a bounce in.
825.
And I'm going to add an animation, which is a bounce out. When this finishes, I'm going to basically crop this a little. And then let's go back for a second to Pixabay, search for cash register SFX sound Pixabay. And here we have this first one. Let's click on that. Let's click on the first one. Listen up. Let's click on this one. Let's click this one. This is the one I'm talking about, so I'm going to download it. Okay. Now, when that money shows, we need to show the sound effect that goes with that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. All I'm going to do, click import. Import again. Go to the sound effect. Click it. Upload. Drag it right about here. And then make sure that you control the size of that sound effect. Lower it a little bit. And now if we listen to this.
I say, who the hell can afford to pay $8.25? Hey, son, can you come visit me? Haven't seen you for 2 weeks. Mom, you're 18.
Okay, I could have made the video a bit longer, but that's pretty good. Now, we've added all the scenes. We've added pretty much all of these things. Now here, I missed to make this bigger. My bad. So I'm going to have to actually make it bigger. Now I want you to do the following. I want you to go right about here. Click on adjustment. Right about here. And I would like you to drag an adjustment right about here. The adjustment is going to actually allow us to control the filters, the colors of our video. So I'm going to click right here on the adjustment. Click. It will take you here in which you can control the temperature, the tint, the saturation. Add just a tiny bit of each. Add some exposure, some contrast, some highlights. Decrease the shadows. Add some white light. Decrease the shadows here as well. Add some brilliance, sharpen, and add some clarity to the video. And most importantly, add a vignette of 20 like I did here. This will add a cinematic effect. And of course, if you want to know the difference, see the difference. So this is before, this is after, right? This is before, this is after, and it looks entirely different. So if I apply this to the entire video, it's going to make it look significantly better. Now for the interesting part, let's go to the transitions. Let's click on transitions here. We're going to add just one transition. I don't want to add multiple transitions. I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add a transition here between first scene and second scene. Okay. I'm going to add pretty much the same transition between this scene and this scene. I'm going to keep adding this transition in between the scenes. All right. Like that. Here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And I don't think there is any more. And you can see right now, this makes a lot of sense. So now that we've added the transitions, I would like you to click on the captions section. And on the captions section, we want to add some captions. So there's auto captions. Choose the language. I'm going to choose English. and click generate, in which case this is going to generate automatic captions. There might be some mistakes in the captions that need for us to go and to check them out to make sure that there is no grammatical mistakes. But other than this, there's pretty much nothing else to do after this. So we're just going to add the captions, a subscribe at the end, as well as a very simple music in the background that we can put. Okay, and we're going to do that later. But first of all, let's wait a second here until this all loads. So as you can see, the caption was added. It's pretty good. So now what I'm about to do is I want you to go to captions, make sure that you don't click out, because if you do so, it will unselect the captions. And read carefully here, read the captions carefully. Make sure that you don't find any mistake here. Read them. If you find a mistake, correct the mistake. You can correct it by rewriting. But fortunately, I can see here that there is no mistakes. So, okay, so let's just keep going. As long as the captions are good, let's just keep going. And I think, all right, here there is some mistake. So it's not 8 to 8, it's 8.25, not 2 points. So we have to correct this mistake, make sure that it is 8.25, 8.2049, and so on and so forth. And here, let's just keep going. It's not I'm not affected by it, but okay. Let me actually just remove that part. And then here, this also should say 8.25. And we could add a dollar symbol here so that we can symbolize that this is in dollars. Sun come. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now I want you to select all of the captions like this. Make sure that you click here on text. Make sure that you click on templates. And then make sure that you do what I'm about to do just now. So what I'm about to do right now is very simply, I would like to choose a template from these that we can use that goes with the video. And personally, I like the quick. This is it's called the quick template. You can use pretty much any one of those. The ones that have the pro element on them are pro, which means that you cannot use them for free. So you can only use the free ones. The free ones are these that don't have the pro tag on them. Personally, I think I'm going to utilize this one. It's a pro, but I have pro version. If you don't have pro version, just use any one of these free versions. It's equally good. And then make sure that you drag the caption slightly to the top. The reason why you want to do this is for a simple fact that if you don't do that, at the bottom, they're going to show your logo and a subscribe button here on YouTube or on TikTok, and this will hide the caption. So move it. This will move all of the captions to the top like this. All right. Now that we have captions, we pretty much have all of the rest of the elements in perfect. Now let's go to Google and let's search for a music that goes along with what we do. So I'm actually going to say finance music or finance music Pixabay, and we need to use no copyright songs that do not infringe copyright. So here, let's just watch, or let's just listen to this first one. It doesn't match. Let's listen to the second. Let's listen to the third. If you want to use this music, you can actually click to download, in which case this is going to be downloaded and we can go and use it for the most part for the first parts of the video. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But first, this has to load. So I think it finished. Now let's go back to CapCut. As usual, click on the import option. Click import right about there. And then I need to make sure that I click on this music, double click to add the music, and then drag the music right here. And of course, I need to cut the extra part at the end by clicking and cutting the audio, cut the extra part. Then I want you to click right here on the music and make sure that you reduce the volume to a minimum level. And at the beginning, I would like you to fade in, add some fade out. That will basically loosen, or basically at the end, it will basically do it in a natural way instead of just keeping it like that where the music stops brutally and abruptly. And so here we can actually play this video from scratch. We can watch this.
When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen? Okay, how did inflation happen? Yesterday, Dinkin sends me a picture saying, hey, should I call you Nostradamus or whatever? Because, and shout out to Dinkin, by the way, he sends me this picture. And
actually, let me just
shout out to
pause it for a second, because you can see it doesn't match, because I'm putting so much strain on the computer right now, because I'm both editing a video using CapCut, which is a software that uses a lot of CPU. Plus, I'm using Camtasia, which is another software that uses a lot of CPU. So first of all, let's get this thing rendered by clicking on the export option here. That will take us straight to export this video and get it ready. So let's go ahead here. Let's click on frame rate, 60 FPS. And here, I want you to select the file where you want to export this to. And then make sure to name your video. So I'm actually going to say inflation explained in minutes. And in the next lecture, I'm going to showcase to you how you can actually use ChatGPT to write the video title, the description for your video, as well as the tags that you can use along with that video. And also, we're going to show you how you can design a logo plus a banner for a finance YouTube channel. In case you're interested to create a finance YouTube channel, you can apply the same knowledge to designing another type of channel. Of course, this is just an exercise, but you can apply it across the board to different channels. Hoping that you got something out of this, and see you in the next video. Hello and welcome into this video in which we're going to watch the video, then dive into using ChatGPT to both help us on how to write the title that could make your video go potentially viral, as well as the description for the video and the tags, as well as generating a banner, as well as creating a logo for your channel. So first of all, let's go ahead and watch this video right here.
When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen? Okay, how did inflation happen? Yesterday, Dinkin sends me a picture saying, hey, should I call you Nostradamus or whatever? Because, and shout out to Dinkin, by the way, he sends me this picture and he says, gas prices in Nevada. Okay, did you see that picture or no? Yeah. Did you see what the numbers were? Tyler, I'm gonna try to send this to you. Which Mac you want me to send it to? VT MacBook Pro? Okay, so see if you have it to show this, okay? Tell me if it's coming to you or no. It should come right now. You got it? Take a look at this, okay? This is gas prices in Nevada. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, this is 2 days ago. $8.25 for
Look at
regular.
the price of diesel, man.
$8.25, $8.49, $8.73, $8.90. Okay, so do you know when I watch this what I say? It's okay. I'm not affected by it. Me. Yeah. But you know when I look at this what I say? Who the hell can afford to pay $8.25? Hey, son, can you come visit me? Haven't seen you for 2 weeks.
All right, so this is the video. All right, now let's go ahead to ChatGPT and let's basically generate the rest. Now, how you can do this? Well, you can simply just say, I have created a short YouTube video that explains inflation. Write a viral YouTube video title as well as a description and hashtags for my video, okay, to potentially go viral. And then I can just hit the send button, in which case it's going to get started. So you can see it is writing the title. So the title is Inflation Explained, Why Prices Keep Rising and How It Affects You. Description, understanding inflation can be challenging but crucial, and so on and so forth. And these are some hashtags that you can use as well. But what I also wanted to do is I wanted to write tags. So I'm going to say, I want you to generate syntax compliant tags for the YouTube video, put them all in one line, separated with a comma and no hashtag. Because the tags that I'm talking about are different. They're added, generally speaking, at the when you're creating the video, you're asked to add some tags. These are keywords that people technically might use to search for a video like yours. And here, in this case, it gives us a lot of tags: inflation explained, economics, personal finance, money matters, finance education, price rise, economy, so on and so forth. Now, as for the logo, you can say, I have a finance YouTube channel. Come up with a two-word brand name for my channel that rocks. And by the way, you can actually do this for any other type of channel you have. So we're just taking the example of a finance YouTube channel, but generally speaking, you can do this for pretty much any type of channel you want to do it for. Now, in this case, as you can see, ChatGPT can lag a bit. So if it does, make sure that you just refresh. It does so for me, and I'm a pro user. So maybe for you, it could also be the case, because sometimes they have these technical issues, but it's okay. You can just refresh a page, go from chat to chat, try to just refresh the situation until you can get your prompt in. So for instance, one of the troubleshooting that I do is I just click create a new chat. I try to refresh the page, or I try to just write the domain back again. And then I try to just wait for a couple of seconds and then go back to the previous chat. You can always go back to previous chats. So I can just click here to go back to this previous chat. And I can just basically place this in again and try again, right? But when it persists, it persists. Sometimes when it persists, when an issue persists, it's just a glitch. But here, as you can see, it worked for me. So here, as you can see, it says, sure, how about wealth-wise? I'm going to say, change it to money-wise. Okay. And by the way, if you want to check for trademarks, this is a website called the uspto.gov, uspto.gov. And in this website, you can actually go ahead and search for trademark. You can do a trademark search. And so in this particular trademark search, I can just go ahead and search for money-wise. Money-wise. Because you need to find out if someone has already used this. But generally speaking, for YouTube channels, it's a bit different. You can see that the site is crashing right now for a moment. It's not working properly. But I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and ask it to change it to money-wise. Now I'm going to ask it generate a great logo for my brand. And while it's doing that, I'm going to leave it to generate the logo. And I would like you to go to canva.com because I want to show you how you can generate or create a banner for the channel before we can move on to the next subtopic of this course, which is creating faceless AI YouTube videos using voiceover AI with 11 Labs and ChatGPT, which is also very interesting. Now, and Leonardo AI, of course. Now I'm going to click on create a design here. And inside of Canva, it's a pre-built feature. You can search for anything you want. So you can search for YouTube banner. And then here, there's this YouTube banner. Notice that it exists over there. If I search YouTube banner and I click, it basically showcases to me this banner. Now, generally speaking, what you would need to do in order to make sure that your YouTube banner is designed properly, I have a file that I will not be able to share with you, but I can be able to show you how to trace it right now, so pay careful attention. If I search for banner, there is this file right here. It allows me to basically show you the limits of the banner. Now, if I expand this, I can show you how you can draw this first of all, but if I expand it, notice that it's transparent. It shows the background, and it's actually very useful. Now, this particular file that you're looking at here demonstrates, now let me lock the position of the video. In this red area, this is what people are going to be able to see on the phone. So the only thing people using phone are going to be able to see is this red part. This part here, from the green, including the red, to the other green of the other part, is what people are going to be able to see on a computer. For example, we can do the demonstration with my own channel so that you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the channel that I have, and basically these, as you can see them here, these are this is the banner. So this is what people are going to be able to see on the phone. Is this middle area, and the other area, the entirety of it, is what people are going to be able to see on the phone. And this area here, the white area, all of it, this is what people see when they use a TV, a large TV. Now, in order to trace this, here's what you can do. You can take an element, go to Elements, and then take a shape like this. And basically, if I spread this across gently like this, and if I spread it across a little bit more like this, let me change the color to something else. I'm going to change it to blue. And if I reduce the size of this, if I zoom in, I just want to be able to give you the right measurements of the shape. I need to zoom in and then here down a bit and make sure this is done perfectly. And if I zoom out, perfect. So this, draw a design with the size 2560 pixels by 471 pixels, and you'll be able to see that, as you can see in that little dark area over there. 2560 by 420. Once that's done, go ahead and you can basically go to Elements again, grab another element, and this one now you can basically I can position it to the background for a second. And then this element, you can color it different. So you can color it, for example, green. And then if I basically zoom, increase the size, I'll just give you the exact same proportions. Right, it's also 420 in width, but it's 420 in height, but in the width, it's basically something else. In the length, it's something else. In the width, it's 420. In the length, it's 1,000 and basically 1,550, right? 54. 1,554. That is pretty much it. So you can draw these just like I did, put them in the center, and they will be your guide. Now, once you have drawn this, go to Design, and you'll find a lot of banners that you can use. Just search for the topic that you want to create a channel about. If you search for the topic of finance, you'll find a lot of finance channels. Now here, you can click on one of those. Now the thing when you click, it removes the entirety of our banner, our banner that we use. Now make sure you click on Add Another Page, and then add it in another page. And then right now, what we can do is we can just simply copy elements from here. So I'm going to start by copying this. I'm going to head right back in here and place it here. Now this subscribe button, I'm going to put it right here and making sure it's in the center like this. Now I'm going to go back for a second and I'm going to copy this. I head right back in here, and this should be the name of the channel here in the middle, Money Wise, like that. And then I can just put it in the center precisely like this. As far as the color of the color, I'm going to go to Effects, change the intensity to the max, and also change the color to golden or orange. And then let me go back here for a second. You can copy this person if you want to. But in my case, I'm going to go right back into Elements. And I would like to search for finance. Finance, something about finance. And if I go to photos, there's a lot of finance. Okay, I don't think this is good. I'm going to go and look for price increase for a second. We have a bunch of images here. Price increase. I'm looking for some... All right, price. Let's look for just price alone. And then here, there's a bunch of images that we can use. Okay, so there's a lot of images. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if any of those are actually going to be good to our application. I'm gonna go and look for something else. Let's look for trading, for example, because that will show us stuff that we kind of like. And I think that we're about to find what we want. So I think that I'm going to choose this. And basically, when you choose this, well, you can, first of all, click on the background, and here you can unlock. I can unlock my shape. I'm going to just click to change the color of the background to basically another color. I'm going to change it to black. And then I'm going to click on this, reduce the transparency of it slightly, and then adjust the placement of it and make sure it's bigger like that to cover. And what I can do, I can just leave it there for a second. There you go. This looks pretty good. And I can position it backward from everything. That's one thing. Bring back this to normal. And now what do we need to do more? We can put the logo in here in the right-hand side. And we can put something such as videos every day. I'm going to copy this, paste it here. Videos every day. And for this one as well, I'm going to place it right here in the middle. And I can click on the effect side, go to neon, increase the size, click the color, change it to black. There you go. And here we need the logo. That's all we need right now. We can also go and look for some green light or green light line instead. I'm just doing it to make this a pretty good looking banner. And I could take one of these lines. So you could take one of these small lines, like this one, for example, and you can use it and place it right here at the top. And we can duplicate the same line and place it right here at the bottom, slightly, right there. This will make it look pretty good. And now the only thing we need to add is the logo. So, all right, so the logo actually looks good, except for there is a slight mistake, which we can edit by clicking to go inside. Here, I can go and make sure that I outline the word money. And I can say, right, make sure to correct the mistake. Remove an extra E, and make sure it is money, not money with two E's, or money. It should be just money, because you can see that it made a slight mistake over there by adding an I and an double E. All right, so this is a new one. Well, this one also has a slight mistake, but we can do with that because these two ends are attached, so we can say that that's just for branding. And let's copy this image right here. You can copy the image right from here by clicking copy image into Canva. And then you can place this exactly right over here. So we can make it smaller like this and then place it exactly here. And you can basically even have it cover the entirety of the design if you want to, if that's something you're interested to do. For me, I think that's pretty good, so I'm going to do it. I can increase it from the top, increase it from the bottom, and that's it. Also, what we can do as well is we can pretty much go to here, add some corner rounding to it, and that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that, remove that background. Also, there's this little shape here that I got to remove, and there you have it. We have our banner here that looks pretty good. We can actually step this up, make it even better by simply using some shadows or some lights. So I'm going to go look for some green light this time, and this will show me some green light. Now you can use different types of green light depending on you. I'd like it to be simple, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to place one light here. It doesn't have to be in the front. You can put it here, but place it, position it backwards and backwards from the text as well, which means it will show that beautiful effect. And then you can basically duplicate that light as well and place another one here and position it backward, 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 and backward again from that subscribe button. And then you can go and take another type of green light as well if you're interested. For instance, I can take this one, place it right here, position it backward, 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 until we can clearly see money-wise. And also what you can do, you can click on money-wise, duplicate it twice, put one on top of the other to make it stick, and then duplicate it another time, put one on top of the other to make it stick. And if you want, you can duplicate one more and actually create this 3D kind of effect, if that's something you're interested in, but I don't think I want to do that. As far as this, I can position it backward from videos every day to kind of make sure we show that one up as well. And you can add a coin or some money here if you want. So for instance, if I go I can search for, in the elements of, I can search for money bag. And then I can go to graphics here. There's a bunch of money bags that we can find. I'm going to use this one because it's simple. So I'll use that. I'll click. It will add immediately. And then you can place it somewhere where you want to add it. I'm going to make it small, quite frankly, and just place it next to money-wise. And then you can keep it dark or you can make it white like this. Quite frankly, either way, depends on you, what you want to do. And that's it. So this is it pretty much for the banner. We can go full screen to watch this banner. You can also do one thing if you want. You can take your logo and make it smaller, right? Like this. And then place it somewhere around the center like that, if that's something you might be interested to do. But pretty much this is it for this video. We've pretty much shown you everything. Now let's move to the last part of the course, which is creating another type of faceless YouTube videos. So let's go and check how that works in the next video. Hello there, and welcome back. Now, another concept of creating a YouTube channel is creating a faceless channel as well, similar to the other one, except for not using real videos, creating the entire video, meaning the entire B-roll, the audio, everything from scratch, using AI, of course, which I'm going to show you how to do. So let's go actually and let me give you some inspiration regarding some channels that did this and it worked hugely for them. And you can see we have this channel called Stellar Sagas. And basically all they do is they create YouTube short videos. They have 50 and they have over 405,000 subscribers, which is a lot of subscribers if you ask me. And they do that using the strategy that you're about to learn right now. She's using voice over AI, ChatGPT, and AI in general. This is another channel, and they have over 47 videos and over 38,000 subscribers. And then we can keep going on and on and on. Now, I'm going to give you an example of a video that I have created using the same strategy. Let me play it for you for a second so that you can know what I'm talking about.
Embark on a journey through time as we unveil the legacy of the world's most legendary warriors. Samurai, Japan's elite, lived by honor and mastered the katana. Knights, Europe's armored warriors, upheld chivalry and battled in crusades. Khalid ibn al-Walid, undefeated in battle, expanded the Islamic Empire with genius strategies. Genghis Khan, from Mongolia, built the largest empire with revolutionary tactics. Kratos, the Spartan god of war, sought vengeance against Olympus with unmatched power.
All right, so you see what I'm talking about when it comes to creating these videos. I know quite well how to do that. Now, let me explain the process to you so that you can understand how we do it. So first of all, you need a name and a logo and a slogan for your brand. Next, that brand needs to have a goal. So if your brand doesn't have a goal, then it doesn't matter what you do. For instance, let's say you create a channel and you call it Facts, right? Facts channel. And that channel educates people regarding hidden facts that these people never had an idea they really existed. And so basically what that does, now you have a goal and people can clearly see that you are not like any other channel that just picks up on the viral things at the time and creates random videos. When they see that you really have a goal, your channel has a goal, then they will say, okay, well, I trust this channel. For example, if you create a channel and call it Boxing Greats, people will expect to see videos about Muhammad Ali, about Mike Tyson, about George Foreman, about all of these boxers, these historic boxers. But if you create videos about Floyd Mayweather and about people like Logan Paul, then people might not really like it as much because your brand name doesn't match with that. You're saying Boxing Greats, but you're creating videos about Logan Paul or about Jake Paul. And so you need to stick to the character of your channel. So if you say facts, don't go talking about something else. You need to talk about facts, whether that be finance facts, whether that be history facts, whatever it is. And the more you can niche down, the better. So when you say facts, it's broad. But when you say history facts, for example, that is better. When you, for example, say something else like finance facts, that is more targeted. and that's going to more likely get you people in the niche or in the or interested in the finance niche. And then you're going to have a schedule of posting, which I can show you how to do. You can create a schedule of how to post. And of course, the journey to monetization through shorts, you're going to require 3 million views on your videos, and you're going to require about 500 subscribers before you can be monetized on YouTube, which you can do with the strategies that we teach you. All you need is one viral video or one video to go viral, and then you can apply to get monetized. And it's all at the same time a game of luck. We can show you the process, but it's a game of luck because pretty much it's up to YouTube to decide whether they want to show your videos or not. And there are videos that are pretty much the same, but you find one video has 60 million views and the other has 10,000. So it's up to YouTube and the algorithm. Now, the second step is we're going to use ChatGPT to write the script, plus 11 labs to turn that script into voiceover. Leonardo AI helps you to generate videos. Now, if you want to generate videos as a pro plan, you will not be able to do it with the free plan, but you can just use images that you generate with Leonardo, and you can use Pixabay for any SFX or sound effects. We call them sound effects for your video. Once that's done, we're going to edit all of these elements inside of CapCut, and basically we can render the video. And as far as the video title and tags and description, you can generate all of them using ChatGPT. There is no fifth step. Actually, this is pretty much the final step is to put the video live on YouTube, and pretty much that's it. So now let's go ahead and do this. The first thing that we're going to start with is using ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas to basically help us with our brand name, our logo, with our goal and purpose, and to generate the video script. I want you to follow very carefully because then what's coming up next requires a lot of attention. So let's get right into it. Now here I'm inside of ChatGPT. For a second, let's get started. So I'm going to say I want to create a YouTube channel about history facts that most people never heard of. And I want you to help me build this channel, right? So start by suggesting a brand name for the channel to make it go viral. Okay. Remember the USPTO website, uspto.gov. If it's now working well, go ahead and always check the names before choosing a name. So here, as you can see, it gave us some names: History Unveiled, Mystery Moments in History, History's Hidden Secrets, Obscure History, I'm going to go with Forgotten Chronicles. Or actually, yeah, Forgotten Chronicles is good. So I'm going to actually say number 2 is good. Generate a great logo for my channel. Okay, so now I'm going to ask it to generate a great logo for my channel. I'm just going to have to sit back and wait for it to generate this logo. All right, so this is the logo. I think it's pretty good, but to be honest, we can change it. You can change it later. But as of now, I'm going to go ahead and ask it, right, now generate a random script about a random history fact of a historical famous figure, or historically famous figure, and write a script for a 25-second video. For every 5 seconds, write the voiceover that the narrator must say, as well as the scene to show in each 5 seconds. Describe that scene in as good detail as you can. Make sure to make it a great and short description because I use Leonardo AI to generate these scenes. Okay. Now if I hit the send button, what's going to happen is right now, the Midnight of Paul Revere. So I chose a subject about Paul Revere, which I don't honestly know who it is, but we don't have to, right? We don't have to, because we can basically create a video about Paul Revere even if we don't know anything about him. So now the video script is here. You can copy paste it onto a Google Doc if you want to, but in my case, I'm just going to move right into action. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to go and take the voiceover and I'm going to turn them into voiceovers in the next video. So stay tuned because the next video we're going to talk about 11 Lab. Hello and welcome. So right now I want to introduce you to how you can generate voiceovers for the video using a software known or called 11 Labs. So for that, I would like you to go to this link called 11labs.io. Once you're in there, I would like you to do the following. So here, I would like you to go to the voices, and then here you have both the voice library and the voice lab. The voice library is where you can go get the voices. The voice lab is basically where your voices are hosted and stored. So these are all the voices that I've created. Basically, 11 Labs is a voice cloning software. So it can clone a voice of a person, yourself even, by just clicking right here and clicking on instant voice cloning or professional voice cloning. You upload a recording of your own voice, maximum here 25 voices, but they would be pretty good. They would help you to create a legit sounding voice clone like yourself. If you want more advanced, well, click to go to professional voice cloning, which here you have to sign this, confirm this, and then you have to upload up to 100 voiceovers of yourself talking in them, maximum 1,500 megabytes in size. But there's another option. If you go to the voices, instead of just cloning your own voice, in case you're not interested with that, you can actually go to the voice library, and you can basically find a voice suitable for the video that you can create. You can search. So for example, if you want narrative voices, use this filter. If you want a voice for social media, use the social media feature. If you want advertisement, use advertisement, whatever it is that you can want to use. Now I'm going to click on narrative and story. And here we have this voice of John Doe, deep. If you want to listen to a sample of a voice, click on it.
I have crossed oceans of time to find you. I prayed and asked God for clarity, and he granted it to me. There is nothing else. You are my destiny.
If you're interested in this voice, click on Add to Voice Lab, in which case you can rename it, but I'm not going to. And you can click Add Voice. Once this voice is added to Voice Lab, just remember the name, click Finish, and then go back here to this option called Speech. Click on Speech, and here you can make sure that you set the voice to the voice that you have chosen, for that is the voice that we're going to use to generate the voiceovers. So first and foremost, I'm going to remove anything I might have written. I'm going to click right here and then search for John Doe. You can use the search bar at the top to search for John Doe and set this to John Doe. There is the voice. And now we can go into ChatGPT. We can copy the first voiceover and then you can come back right over here to 11 Labs. You can paste the voiceover in there and then click Generate Speech and listen up. Make sure you listen to the entire
April
voiceover.
18th, 1775. A silversmith embarks on a legendary journey.
And if you don't like this voiceover, you can click Generate again. It will generate another variation of the voiceover, like this.
April 18th, 1775. A silversmith embarks on a legendary journey.
Okay, so once you're done with your voiceover, go ahead and open up CapCut and make sure that you open a new project. And then if you want to download the voiceover, click here on this button to download the voiceover because we're going to use it in a second on CapCut. The idea is to place the voiceovers right into your CapCut project one by one. And then later on, we can add the scenes that go along with those voiceovers. All right, so I'm going to click right here on create a project. It's going to open a new project for us. You already have a clear idea how you can utilize CapCut for editing as of now. So I would like for you to make sure to utilize that. And then once you opened up a new project, we can go full screen. Now over here, I'm going to click on the import option. And then I would like you to go to the downloads. And then make sure you click on 11 Labs, the voiceover that we have downloaded, and then drag and drop it immediately into the screen or into the editor. Now put that first voiceover in there and then zoom out. Now these voices on 11 Labs, you can use them for commercial purpose if you have the 11 Labs membership. If you don't have the 11 Labs membership, you will not be able to use them for commercial purposes, or you can use them, but you'll have some copyright issues. So you can explore their plans. They have multiple plans, pretty cheap, to be honest, for a software of this magnitude. They also give you a large credit of voice or minutes that you can generate. And I'm using this particular plan here. It's the $22 a month plan normally, but I'm using it for $11 as of now. And I think that's the best plan. So now let me go back into 11 Labs right here, and then we'll generate the second voiceover. So the second voiceover is pretty much similar. Go to ChatGPT and copy the voiceover as given by ChatGPT. Go back into the 11 Labs voiceover software, place your script, generate speech, and then download this.
Paul Revere sets out, destined to become a hero of the American Revolution.
But make sure that you read and that you listen to the script, because sometimes it can make mistakes. Sometimes also there is some glitches. So these voices can make some horrible sounds that sound very robotic. So you have to monitor these voices and make sure that you get the proper output. Now go here, click, and then go to the import. We have just downloaded the second voiceover, so we're about to just place it in right here. And it should be juxtaposed with the first one. Then you can go ahead and make sure you click right here at the end again. Go back into ChatGPT to copy the third voiceover like this. So I'm going to copy the third voiceover, place it right about there, and then hit the generate speech button as again.
His mission, to warn the countryside of approaching British forces.
Okay, now let's download that one as well. And then let me go ahead over here, import the third voiceover. This is pretty fun. I'm going to import the third voiceover as well. And I would like to drag this particular voiceover right about there. Make sure it's juxtaposed, like I said, with the previous voiceover. They must be colliding. They must be touching like this. You can zoom in to see if there is any space that's left. The zoom will only tell. And if you move, you can see that right now. This is all fine. Now let me zoom back and then click here. Now let's go back into ChatGPT for a second and then copy the fourth voiceover for the fourth audio. This is the script. Come back to 11 Labs and paste it, and then hit the generate speech button.
Through Lexington and Concord, his message would ignite a revolution.
Okay, now let me go ahead and download this for a second and go out. And I'm going to click on the import button right about here. Make sure that I double click to paste it. There it is. And now let me drag this over here and place it right there. There you go. And let me move to the right hand side. And finally, we have one last voiceover, which is this one, Paul Revere's Ride, and so on and so forth. So let's copy that. Go back here and place it in. Paste. Generate speech.
Paul Revere's Ride, a beacon call to arms that still echoes in history.
That's pretty much it. So right now, all I need to do is to download the other voiceover, which I did, and to import this voiceover right here. Now, of course, right now, we need to move to the next topic, which is how we can turn the scenes, the descriptions, into videos, into very short videos that go along with these descriptive voiceovers. So let's go and check how this is done in the next video. But before we move on to the next video, I would like you to go ahead and open up this software called Leonardo AI. Log into your sessions. You're allowed to use Leonardo AI for basically free to generate about 6 or 7 images every day, which will be enough for you to create this video. You can create a short video with images. I'm going to do it with motion, but that's pretty much because I have the pro plan of this software, but you don't have to have the pro plan of this software if you don't want to. And we're going to use these descriptions here to turn these scenes into reality. And so that's that for this particular video right here. And I will definitely see you in the next. Well, then welcome back. So right now we're going to transform these particular descriptions into B-roll. B-roll can be images, it can be videos, it can be pretty much anything. Now all I need to do is to copy the description of the first scene and then go to this software called Leonardo AI. And I'm going to click on image generation right here, which is going to take me to the image generation feature of Leonardo AI. And what I would want you to do is to make sure, first of all, to switch to the size of a YouTube short. So here in the advanced controls, click and then switch this to, instead of 16 by 9 inches, I would like you to switch this to another size, which is basically 9 by 16 inches, like this, which is the right format. Then I would like you to put the description right here. Just place it there and then generate. Now I can generate 4 images at a time. For you, you can switch it to just 1 image if you don't want to consume a lot of credits. That helps you lower the credits. You can also choose any Leonardo AI model that you so desire. I'm using the photoreal model. Now, if I scroll down here, I'm going to copy this particular scene as well. And the good thing about Leonardo is that you can generate up to, I think, 8 images with the Pro plan at a time. So I'm going to place this other description over the other one. I'm going to delete the other one and place the new one. And then again, when the job is basically sent, I can go back to ChatGPT to copy this description as well. Go back into Leonardo, remove the old description, place the new, start the job, and then go back to get the 2 rest, or the 2 left, 2 descriptions that are left. So here we have this one as well. Let me go and copy it, come back here, double click, Control V to paste, and then generate. And then of course, go back for the last description, which is this one, the final scene. Let's go ahead and copy this as well. Let's head right back here into image generation, double click, paste it in instead of the other one. All I'm doing is just removing the old description and putting the next one. And you can already see the images are being created. This is the first image. This is the second image. The third image is in the process, and the others are also in the process. Now you can either decide to download the images like this, or like me, you can actually download these images as a particular motion. So I'm going to start by turning this into a motion. I'm going to click right here on Generate Motion Video. This is a pro option only. I'm going to switch this to about 4. I don't want the motion strength to be high, and generate. But you can still do it with just an image if you want to, right? You can just do it with just an image. But for me, I'm going to actually use a motion feature. Now here we have these other images as well, which I can transform into a motion. So I can take this, generate motion as well, generate by clicking generate. And then I can go, now this is another scene here where we have this particular horse. So I'm going to take one of them, right? So potentially I'll take this one right here. I'll turn this into a motion. And then I'll go up. And then we have these other scenes as well, where we have 2 people riding a horse. I'm going to take this one right here, generate motion, generate. And then I'm going to also take another one. So here we have these riding motors, well, and then we have these riding horses. So obviously it's going to be the ones riding horses. So let's go ahead and generate motion video as well, and then generate as well. Now I'll have to wait for these videos to be rendered. So I'll actually pause while these are being generated. All right, so we have the first video. I'm going to go ahead and download this MP4 video of a horse walking, so you can see that's pretty accurate. Then I would like you to go to CapCut and then zoom in and make sure that you click on the import option right here. We're going to import the scene related to that horse. I'm going to double click to import the scene from about there. And there you go. I'm going to drag this particular scene right over here. And I would like to click on this audio just to check the size for one more time. If you click on the audio, you can see that the audio size is much bigger than the video size. I have a workaround. You can click on your video right over here, click on the speed option, and then what you can do to solve this, you can lower the speed, okay? So by lowering the speed, you make the video bigger, and then you can fit it in by cropping it from the edge. Well, let me go back because I think I made some mistake. Okay, let's go back again. And now I think if I just, okay, let me show you. If you just crop it, you can see that now it's aligned, and you can see that we have the horse over there. Now just make sure that you click here and change this to 9:16 just in case. But the video is already 9:16, so that already is good. And now let's go back to the second video. Now the second video is a still video. It's a simple one, 3D video. Now I'm going to basically download that other video as well. And then all I need to do is to click import. So it's just a repetitive task. You can see how easy it is. It's a game of passion. Now let me upload the second video, drag it over here. And also always click to see the size of your audio. And make sure you click on your video, go to speed. And you can reduce the speed of that a tiny bit. And you can see that now it's still needs a little bit of work. So I still need to lower the speed a bit more. Let's see now. Okay, so now the video is bigger, and I can just crop for it to fit with the audio, okay? Now this is the other audio. Let's go back to get the other scene for that particular audio, which is showcasing this horse coming out of that particular hole or that tunnel. We can download that video of the horse coming out of the tunnel and basically click on the import option right here to import that, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to double click. There it is. And I'm going to drag this particular video of the horse. Click on your scene to see how big the scene is. Click on the video, click on speed, decrease the speed until you can see that the video is, well, actually, I'm going to increase the speed a tiny bit. And you can crop that edge over there to make it fit with the audio. Now, there's only 2 scenes left, which I'm going to do and going to go and get right now. These are scenes of horses. Now let me download this first scene here. Now let's go right back in here. Click on the import in CapCut. Make sure that you double click on the scene itself. And then basically drag your scene right in here. There you go. And basically what you can do, well, what I can do is click here on the speed option, reduce the speed. I'm going to click, well, actually, let me go again, click, go to speed. I can actually increase it a tiny bit. Let's see. Well, I need to actually decrease it a bit more. Decrease a bit, crop to fit with the audio, and finally we have the final scene. Right. First of all, let me just put this like this, and then we have the final scene, which is this scene at the top. So let's go ahead and download this scene, and as you can see, it created this scene. Now these scenes are not perfect right now, but definitely. With the upcoming of Sora, Sora is going to be the latest software that's going to be created by, it's already created by OpenAI, but they haven't rolled it for the masses. So we don't know yet how good it is, but based on what we have seen, the trailers and some examples of what it can generate, I can tell you it's really awesome. It can create realistic videos, any type of video you want. It's just that they're working on making it better. So now let's get back into it. I'm going to click on the final scene, go to speed. And always, if you're afraid that you have made a mistake or done something wrong, you can click on undo to go back from where you came from. I'm going to decrease the speed for the last video. And for the last video, I can just crop that extra edge that we don't really need. And that's it. Make it match with the audio. Now let me zoom out for a second. And here we would like to apply an adjustment. So I'm going to click on adjustments, and I would like you to drag a adjustment right over here. Now the adjustment is important because it's going to make this look much better, and it's going to make it look like a Hollywood movie on a budget. So we can use filters, we can use all of these important elements. So I'm going to click on the adjustment. It's going to allow me to change the temperature, to change the tint, to modify the saturation, add a bit more exposure, a bit more contrast, a bit more highlights, less shadows, a bit more white colors. less shadows again, and then a bit more brilliance, sharpen it, and then add some clarity to the video. And then here you can add 20 vignette, which is my preferred. And you can check the difference. So this is the video as it was. This is how it would become with this particular type of adjustment. And you can spread the adjustment all over the rest of the videos. Okay, now let's go to the transitions. Now for every video, we need to add a transition between each video. So click on transitions. And since this is a historical channel, it's a mystery channel, I'm going to use this black smoke transition, right, like this, and place a transition between every scene easily like this and like this until we have these transitions in between every scene. And if you want to know how this looks like, well, we can just click over here and let us watch.
Journey. Paul Revere sets out.
You can see the shadow over there. And at any point in time, you can actually zoom in. And if you want to, you can increase the transition length or decrease it at any point in time. So if you want the transition to be bigger, you can make it a bit bigger so that people can see it more clearly. They can see that dark shadow more clearly. So if I watch again,
Journey. Paul Revere sets out. Destined.
you can see that that's pretty good. Now let's actually zoom out. Now what we need to add is basically a caption. So I'm going to click on captions, and I'm going to use the automatic captions. So automatic captions are pretty easy to add. It's CapCut that takes care of them. It's not me. So I'm going to click here on generate, which basically is going to trigger CapCut to start working on the captions. You can see that it's creating auto captions. Now we're at about 31%, 33%, so on and so forth. So let me just wait a second. Also, you need to make sure that you control your captions. So for example, we have names in the video such as Paul Revere. Now, the AI is good in generating captions, but that doesn't stop it from making mistakes. So you have to make sure that you control the captions. I'm going to show you how. So the caption is added. If you want to see the captions, wait a second before you go, because CapCut can sometimes load for some time. So click on captions. Do not click on any other thing because you'll unselect the captions. And then here, notice it's written the date and all of these things. And funny enough, it wrote the name correctly of Paul Revere. So you can see here that it wrote it correctly. So we don't need to correct it. But if you wanted to correct it, you can just correct it as if you were writing something on a notepad. So here, keep checking to make sure that there is no mistake, no grammatical mistake. It seems that there is none. And so once that's done, make sure you select all your captions, like so. Go to the text option, click on the templates option. And then what I would advise you to do is I would advise you to select a caption that matches these types of historical YouTube channels. Obviously, if you have the free version, you are limited to the amount of captions that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a pretty decent looking caption for this particular video. My choice is this one, so I'm going to go with this one. And basically, once I do that, it's going to apply that caption template to the captions, right? So you can see it's applying it. It's loading right here. It's going to take about a couple of seconds. And once that's said and done, right now I can move all of the captions by just doing this little trick. Move it to the center. You can see that center cross. And now if you look, you can see the captions all across the entire video. Now, the only thing that's left for us to do is to add a subscribe at the end. So I'm going to go to stickers, click on stickers, and I would like you to go ahead here, look for subscribe. And then basically, when you look for subscribe, we can find a subscribe button that we can utilize. So basically here we have a bunch of subscribes. I'm going to take just one of them, drag it right here, and make sure that I put it exactly here where the cursor is showing. And we need to make it smaller and also put it, we need to actually make it bigger and also make sure to lower it like this. Keep it in the center. Go to animation and make sure that you add a specific animation to this, such as a bounce in and also a bounce out. And also here in the audio area, well, we can add a click. So we can look for a click sound, go to sound effects, and then look for a sound of a click, of a mouse click, because we need that to encourage people so that they can basically click on that subscribe button. So if you look here for mouse click, right mouse click, let me look for it correctly, mouse click like this, you can see that we will have a bunch of mouse click audios that we can use copyright free. Let's listen to this one. This one is good. So you can just drag and drop it like this, put it right there. And now let's listen up.
A beacon call to arms that still...
And that's pretty good because the moment they show the subscribe, it's going to play the mouse. Also here, if I zoom out, let me go back. We can apply a background music to this. Now you can either get your music from Pixabay, or you can look here in the audio section, click on music, and then you can look for a type of music that fits. You can go and look for mystery. For example, look for a mystery track, mystery music, or you can potentially use a type of music that you have in mind or that is famous, except for make sure that when you use music that you have the copyright license to use it commercially in your videos. So that is done by using softwares or websites. Like I couldn't remember the website. It's there's SoundCloud. There's also other websites as well where you can get some music with without infringing copyrights, and you have to pay for it. Now here, let's listen to the first track. I like it, so I'm going to actually drag this track to the scene like this, and we can basically crop the extra part at the end like so and remove that excess. Also, in order to make this better, click on the music, fade it out at the end. You don't need to fade it in at the beginning, but you need to reduce the sound considerably like this until you see just a little tiny wave. And now if we watch our video, it's going to look entirely different.
April 18th, 1775. A silversmith embarks on a legendary journey.
Right. So as you can see it right there, that's actually pretty good. Now all we need to do is to render the video, and I will see you in the next and final video in which I'm going to explain to you how you can generate or how you can create a banner for this channel as well. Well, the logo, we have already created it, but I'm going to show you how you can create a banner. Also, how you can utilize ChatGPT to write a title description as well as some tags for your video, and that will be the final lecture of this course, unless there is an update. But that will be the final lecture of this course. So hopefully you liked what you've seen here. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to also preview this video that we have created. So first of all, click on the export button here so that you can export that particular video to your computer. You can just click export and that will show you here. And basically you can choose where you want to export it. Go to 60 FPS. Also, you can choose the title. Now, as far as the title is concerned, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to take this title, The Midnight Ride by Paul Revere, and I'm going to place it right about there. And I'm going to just click export. This can take a couple of minutes, depending on your computer. Hello and welcome back. Let's get started by going and watching the video that we have just created right now. So let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to play the video.
April 18th, 1775. A silversmith embarks on a legendary journey. Paul Revere sets out, destined to become a hero of the American Revolution. His mission, to warn the countryside of approaching British forces. Through Lexington and Concord, his message would ignite a revolution. Paul Revere's ride, a beacon call to arms that still echoes in history.
All right, so that's the video. Now let me go ahead and show you how you can write the title, description, as well as the tags. So I'm going to actually say, write a title, description, and tags for the video. Now, let me make sure that I separate and split the part where I say title and description. These should be separate. And let me hit the send button. Now it's going to go ahead and basically release. Now you can see it's writing the title, the description, as well as the tags. And you can use these tags later. And now let's go ahead and let's ask it, regenerate a logo with the name, the brand name on it. Make it stunning. Do not make a grammar mistake at all. Now I'm going to leave it to generate that, and then I'm going to go into Canva, click create a design. We'll do this real quick. Go ahead and look for a YouTube banner, then click on the YouTube banner to start a YouTube banner project. And as usual, I'm going to get started first of all by putting the template that I always use. If you want, you can go back to the previous video when we generated, not the previous lecture, but a previous video when we have generated a YouTube banner, and you can check that out, how we did to make sure that we set limits for desktop view, phone view, and so on and so forth. So if I click on upload right here, if I search for banner, I would be able to find out this particular banner here. So I could just potentially put it like this, and I can just basically make it fit it in, lock the position. Then I can go to templates, and there's a bunch of templates that we can use here. Now the channel is about history, so if you look for history, hopefully we can find some templates about history facts. You can click to open up a new page. Here I happen to find this particularly interesting banner, and I'm going to go back to ChatGPT right here for a second, just because I forgot the name of the channel. The channel name is Forgotten Chronicles, so I'm going to go back and type it in here. So instead of this should be about Forgotten Chronicles. Also, let me remove that number. Also, let me make sure that I spread this across correctly and that I put it there. Now by Morgan and this is not by anybody. Here, I'm just going to write videos every day, right? You can change that font to something else if you don't like this. I can go and look for some handwritten or handwriting. There's a lot of handwritten fonts in here. So for instance, I can use this one. You can see that's a lot better. We can increase the size of that, and we can make sure that we put it right about here. We can change the colors and everything. We can also change the image in the back. So I can go to elements and I can look for history, right? History, some history image. If I go to photos, there's a lot of history images that we can use. So for instance, I can take maybe this one, and then I can take this and I can put it right there. Make sure I spread it across and I position it backward, and also making sure that I reduce the transparency of it so that we can see the writing. And also this Forgotten Chronicles should move slightly here in the center. And now let me go and unlock this template of mine. Unlock the template and then copy the template, head right back here, Control V to paste. And you can see that the text is all inside of that area, so that's good. So I can delete this. And right now we have our banner that you can actually download. You can say Forgotten Chronicles YouTube channel banner. And you can just click right here on the share button. You can click on the download button, and we can download this as a PNG. And that's pretty much it. So pretty much, as you can see, we have basically right now downloaded this particular banner. This is the new logo right here. If I scroll down, this is the new logo, Forgotten Chronicles. You can ask it to generate another iteration where it doesn't make a mistake, because it did make a mistake here, because it should be Forgotten Chronicles, not Forgotten Chronicles. You can work on that at ease. And pretty much we have generated banner, we have created everything. This is it. This is the last lecture of the course. I hope that you've enjoyed this course so far. I tried to put as much as possible, as much knowledge that I know. Remember that you can scale this. So basically you can use this to do create a lot of other channels depending on your passion. The technique is the same. Make sure that you study copyright well, and hopefully that you have gotten something useful in this course. Wishing you the best as always, and we hope that we see you in any one of our next courses.